because we're living in the most radical culture we've ever seen, where even Dr. Seuss is not safe from being canceled. 6 books by Dr. Seuss will no longer be published. Those books are And to Think That I Saw It on Mulberry Street. Actually, these are books that I haven't really read of Dr. Seuss's. They're kind of smaller books, though I love Mulberry Street. Kind of wish I had that book. If I Ran the Zoo, McElligot's Pool, On Beyond Zebra, Scrambled Eggs Super, and The Cat's Quizzer. These Dr. Seuss books, probably the most beloved children's author ever in the history of the United States. They're banned because they have insensitive and politically correct depictions of cats or something. I don't know. I haven't read them. Universal Islands of Adventure theme park, which is located in Florida, is now getting rid of the Dr. Seuss themed area of the park in light of the new cancellation of certain Dr. Seuss books. I tried to buy these Dr. Seuss books for my cute little baby, sweet little newborn June. Wanted to make sure that he had access to Dr. Seuss when he was a kid. You can't find them. If you go on Amazon and other places, these books, the remaining supply are selling for like $2,000 right now because they know they're not going to be produced anymore. The left is thrilled about this. Washington Post defending the cancellation of Dr. Seuss. This is Philip Bump writing for the Washington Post. I don't know who Philip Bump is. They don't include a biography of him. The headline, if curtailing racist imagery in Dr. Seuss is cancel culture, what exactly is your culture? It's a bunch of nonsense, but the lines that matter. No one is canceling Dr. Seuss, a phrase by now so detached from reality that it doesn't even make any sense. The author himself is dead, for one thing, which is about as canceled as a person can get. Not true if you believe in heaven, you damned heretic. But nevertheless, I digress. The vast, vast majority of his books, the ones without racist images or references, will still be sold. The ones without racist images. You sure about that? I'll pause there. By the way that the term racist has been expanded in recent years, expanded to mean absolutely nothing at all, the charge that he makes about the phrase cancel culture, do you really think that any of our past is safe from cancellation? I don't. I think everything is going to be called racist. Or if they finally deprive the word racist of all meaning, which I think effectively they already have, they'll just come up with a new term. You already see they post the supremacist. Nationalist now is a bad term. They're just going to cancel if you can cancel Dr. Seuss, do you really think they're going to stop with a few books of Dr. Seuss? But this fellow at the Washington Post goes on. If Dr. Seuss's profile wanes a bit as a result of the attention being paid to his drawings, the only form of canceling at play here, to whom is harm being done? Can't be to Dr. Seuss because he's already dead. The harm is being done, of course, to our culture. But this guy goes on. Seuss's caricatures are hurtful anachronisms. Anachronisms, right? So what he's saying is it's not that they're wrong and evil. He's saying they're just outdated. This guy is taking a progressive view of history. So he's actually kind of already giving up the game. He's saying they're anachronisms, meaning things from the past are bad and you got to get rid of them. So he's undercutting his own argument that other things from the past will be fine. And no, they're anachronistic. They're from the past. The past is bad. It's a progressive view of history whereby we have to kill our forebears, kill the culture that we've inherited, kill this great gift that we've been given down through the ages to move into the future which will liberate us. What's more, until a few weeks ago, my son didn't know this book existed. So where's the harm in his not seeing its images? Why would anyone think it is less problematic for a kid to be exposed to racist caricatures of African, or at a different point in this book, Asian people, than for him not to be? This isn't some toxic cancel culture. If it were, what would that say about the culture that you're defending? So he's saying, look, it's not cancel culture. He's undercutting his argument immediately. He says, this isn't cancel culture, but we're going to cancel all that bad old culture. And what, are you going to defend it? What are you, a racist or something? Right, this isn't cancel culture, but if it were, are you a racist? You're sure not going to defend it, are you? There is no limiting principle here. This is another aspect of our culture and political correctness specifically that Trump got 100% right. And everybody made fun of him at the time. You remember when when he was defending Robert E. Lee statues. There's a big left-wing hubbub to take down Robert E. Lee, who is one of the noblest men to ever fight for a bad cause, right? Robert E. Lee, the idea that Robert E. Lee was some kind of vicious man is preposterous. It's anti-historical. And the idea that we need to erase half of our country, or more than half of our country, they probably would. I don't think the left just wants to erase the South. I think they want to erase the entire traditional American nation. It's crazy. So he said, okay, you're going after Robert E. Lee now, and some people aren't going to defend him because he fought for the mean old Southerners. You really think they're going to stop with Robert E. Lee? No, I think they're going to go after Lincoln. They're going to go after Jefferson. They're going to go after Washington. And people laughed at him and they mocked him at the time. And then what happened? Within a year or two, left-wing agitators started pulling down statues of Jefferson and Washington and Lincoln, renaming schools, erasing our culture. If you enjoyed that video, be sure to hit the subscribe button so everyone wading through the wasteland of YouTube knows that we've got the absolute top content out there.